The other story that's sort of simmering there, and maybe it's not simmering anymore, it's front burner. Quin Snyder said he doesn't want to coach the Utah Jazz anymore. Says that they need a new voice. And the Jazz have been one of the more consistent teams in the NBA. Made the playoffs 6 consecutive years. Consistency doesn't win you championships. Just ask Karl Malone and John Stockton. The Jazz have failed to advance past the second round in all 6 of those playoff appearances. And you got failed seasons, something in Utah needed to change, and the coach decided he was the one who was going to change. That normally doesn't happen. Seemed like they wanted to keep him there, and he thought, well, maybe they need a new voice. And then I thought, well, his name was mentioned for the Lakers opening. Now you announce that you're going to leave Utah? I would think while the Laker job was open, if they did consider him, I did talk to somebody yesterday who said that job was Juwan Howard's if he wanted it. He just didn't want it. And I think it's the right move on Juwan Howard's part because stay at Michigan. Stay there for as long as you want. They stuck by you, and you'll have that opportunity to coach in the NBA one day. But Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, are they going to be traded? One traded? Quin Snyder felt after 8 years it was time to move on. And I don't know what GM Danny Ainge has planned. Keep that in mind. Danny Ainge left the Celtics, went to the Utah Jazz. But you start to hear, who could Donovan Mitchell go to? I always love when I see these stories because it's, okay, let me see. Lakers going to be mentioned in there? Yeah, they are. I saw a report. Lakers, one of the 3 destinations. How about the Knicks? Now, these aren't reports. These are just, hey, let me speculate here. Let me throw it out there. I could get some clicks if I put the Lakers in there. The Knicks in there. The Heat in there. All right, I'm getting clicks. All right. And then I saw a story where it said, Donovan Mitchell maybe to the Knicks. Maybe Quin Snyder joins him. Package deal. Okay, maybe. But also, I don't know what it's based on. I've been hearing about Donovan Mitchell and the Knicks for the last 3 years. And then I saw the story that said, who would the Knicks be willing to give up to get Donovan Mitchell? I'm thinking, they would give up anybody and Spike Lee to get him. We'll throw in Spike Lee. And then I saw, how about R.J. Barrett? Would they give up R.J. Barrett for Donovan Mitchell? And I go, is this a question? I mean, Donovan Mitchell's really good. R.J. Barrett is getting good. Donovan Mitchell's got 4 years left on his contract. I don't know. And then I loved it when it's like with the Lakers. Okay, who are the Lakers giving up? They giving up like a banner? Who? What? Oh, I know. Russell Westbrook, that'll do it. That's exactly what the Jazz need. I'm thinking, how do we get over the hump? We'll trade Donovan Mitchell. We'd like Russell Westbrook Jr. the third in return. But as far as the Miami Heat, who would the Heat give up? And I don't know what's happening with Utah, but it feels like Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell is not going to be there next year. As far as where either one could be headed, I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with DeAndre Ayton and where he goes as far as Rudy Gobert, if he goes someplace, or maybe he stays. And Donovan Mitchell, where does he want to go? I guess the quotes from the mothership, he was unnerved by this, surprised by Quin Snyder. And he might be looking around going, maybe I need to move. Maybe I need to go too. All right, we'll come up with a poll question. We got our play of the day, stat of the day. Father's Day is coming up. Accessories on sale, danpatrick.com, up to 40% off select items. Got all kinds of great things there. Go to danpatrick.com. Seton, what kind of poll question are we looking at today? Then we'll get to Todd's Game 2 Limerick.
We got a bunch here, Dan.
Okay.
Well, we could start with what we were just talking about. Would you rather coach the Utah Jazz, the New York Knicks, or the Los Angeles Lakers? Each of them have their own pluses and minuses.
Yeah. The problem is the front office. The Lakers front office is too involved. The Knicks front office is too involved. Ownership's too involved. Man, I might sit this out and wait for another job. Maybe I get into TV.
We could also change it to, would you rather play for the Utah Jazz, New York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers?
Well, playing for the Lakers, that's a big deal. Still a big deal, even though they're going to be a marginal playoff team. The Knicks, we look at the Knicks and we go, boy, if they ever recapture that magic, you're going to be famous. Do you know how many decades we've been saying that?
But don't you kind of want to be that guy that brings the Knicks back?
I know, but there have been a lot of guys that were going to bring the Knicks back.
I don't know that it's Donovan Mitchell, by the way, but...
By the way, remember when they beat the Hawks in one game and guys were taking their shirts off in
a parade?
It's a playoff game, and I went, wait, you beat the Hawks at home? And they're like, yeah, this is the way it used to be in the 70s. I'm like, no, not good. I'd rather play for the Lakers. I don't want to coach the Lakers, not with that team. The Knicks, I don't want to coach that either. I don't. I might stay in Utah. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, you coach the Jazz, you could be skiing in 45 minutes, go right up the hill there. Or you could. There's lakes all over the place. It's a great lifestyle.
I don't know if you'd go up the hill.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, from
no,
Salt
you
Lake
go
City.
up the mountain.
Well, you go up the hill, they call it, and to go to Park City. Just roll right up there, man. The team will take care of itself. You got a lot of assistant coaching. That'd be great. I'd love to coach the Jazz.
Oh man.